everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're not. So for today's video I have an eye makeup tutorial for you on this look right here. It's nice and sparkly and I use the Inglot number 86 pigment, which is like this kind of pink and bronze duochrome, and it's one of my favourite of the pigments from Inglot. So that is kind of the main focus in the centre on the lid, and then did like a halo spotlight shape so that it's dark on the inner corner and the outer corner, and obviously smoked out all around and underneath and everything. But if you would like to see a step-by-step of how to create this eye look, then just keep watching. So I'm starting out as always with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion and just applying that all over the lid right up to the brow and spreading it a little bit under the eye as well. Then I'll be using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm taking Burnt Orange on a MAC 224. This is just a short handle one. And that is going into the crease and blending upwards, making sure to get nice and tight in around the inner corner as well, because this will be a spotlight look. We want to get it concentrated on the inner and outer corners. Then I'm just taking up a touch of golden ochre on the same brush and just buffing that around the edges of that orange, just to soften the edges and to diffuse any harsh lines. Next colour I'm taking is Love Letter, which is a nice bright hot pink, and I'm taking on a C441 Pro Blending Crease brush from Crown, and that is going into my crease. So where my burnt orange was kind of my transition shade, this is more of the crease shade, so it's going deeper into the crease line and then of course blending upwards into the orange. Next I'm taking Red Ochre, again on the same brush, and again this is going into the crease, so it's another crease colour, but it's staying tighter again to the crease line. So we're just creating a gradient and a layer of colour so that it gets that little bit deeper the closer it gets and the tighter it gets to the actual crease line. So I'm blending it into the pink, but just not up as far. Then I'm taking this Primavera shade, which is a nice light gold, on a MAC 275, or any flat brush would actually do, and just popping that into the inner corner and then blending it slightly onto the lid as well. And then I'll also pop that as a brow highlight, starting right under the arch of the brow where I want the most colour. To carve out the lid, I'm using the Maybelline Eraser Eye Concealer and a Real Techniques Detailer brush. So I'm just deciding on how high I want it. I want to make sure that it's seen when my eyes are relaxed, when my brows are relaxed and looking straight ahead. So I'm getting that centre point up high enough and then curving it around to cover the rest of the lid. So then we're going back to the Burnt Orange again on the same MAC 224 and using this for the lid. So I'm starting to transition those crease shades onto the lid. So taking from the outer corner and blending in towards the concealer, and the same with the inner corner, starting on the very inside and blending them onto the lid into the concealer. And then taking Love Letter again on the same Crown brush and doing the same thing, just not buffing it in as far as the Burnt Orange. And then I apply a pigment to the centre of the lid, but unfortunately my camera cut out and I didn't realise it. So I literally just applied some glitter glue over the centre of that concealer on the lid and then applied the pigment over top of it. And the pigment that I use is from Inglot and is the AMC pigment in number 86, which is this gorgeous pink and bronze kind of duochrome. It's a nice chunky pigment. And then I went back to the palette and used Cypress Umber, which is the dark brown, and just added a little bit more depth on the outer and inner corners. So you can see the pigment is already applied there, literally just over the centre of the concealer with a little bit of glitter glue. So I'm just adding that little bit more smokiness to the look that I was saying in the intro. I wasn't sure where the look was going. It was all very, very pink, and I needed some darkness and some dimension. So just adding a little bit of brown to the outside and the inside. So once again, we're going back to our Burnt Orange on our fluffy brush, and I'm buffing that under the eye, nice and low. We went up nice and high over the crease, so we're going low under the eye. And then again, we'll be going back to Love Letter, which is the pink, and buffing that under the eye as well, but just not as far down as the Burnt Orange. Then taking Cypress Umber, and I'm switching to the Crown C441 brush, because it's just that little bit more precise, and I'm buffing that under the eye, closer again to the lower lash line. Then applying a black pencil to the lower waterline. This is Perversion from Urban Decay, one of their 24/7 pencils. And then I'm taking Essence Liquid Ink Waterproof Liquid Liner on the top lash line. So just applying that along the top and weighing it out. For lashes, I'm using a double stack of the Amore Us 118. And then for my brows, I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso. So this is the finished look, guys. I just went ahead and finished my face, but I'll let you know what products I put on. For my foundation, I'm wearing my L'Oreal True Match Foundation. Concealer is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Eye Concealer in the shade Light. I set all that in place with my Rimmel Stay Matte. For my bronzer, I used the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I sculpted it out a little bit more with MAC's Harmony blush. For my actual blush, I used the Sleek is it Chantilly? I think it's the one on this side, which was broken and has been kind of put back together, so that's why it has that shine to it. And then on my lip, I have the Inglot crayon in number 16, which is like a brownie nude shade, and then I put a peachy gloss over the top, which is from Penny's or Primark, and it's called a liquid lipstick, even though it's like a gloss to me, in the number 15. Oh, and the highlight I have on is from the Nicole Guerrero Anastasia palette, and I have number 143, which is this one, on the tops of my cheekbones. So that is what I finished off the look with, but of course the eyes are the main focus. Kind of halfway through, I started to lose hope. It just wasn't looking how I wanted it to look, but I think what it needed was just that extra bit of darkness, the bit of like deep brown in the corners to kind of smoke it and kind of pull it together a little bit more, because it was looking so pink with just the pigment and then the kind of the pink and peach shades, and I was just like, oh, this isn't where I'm supposed to be going with this. But it all came together, and I think that's just what you have to do with like when you're trying out something new with eye makeup, is just like push through and pursue, because there is usually a point where it looks crazy or it's just not going in the right direction, and you just have to kind of figure out what it needs and add to it. So as always, there will be a link down below in the description box to the corresponding blog post, and there you will find a full list of all the products I use, as well as more pictures of the look. And I really hope you liked the look and that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up. That just lets me know that you like this kind of video, and it also helps out my channel a lot. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos from me, you can subscribe to my channel if you want to. So with all of that said, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.